family lost a hero, they lost a champion, and the city of Lorain lost a public servant.
We need to thank the men and women who serve us every single day, try to keep us safe. They run towards danger. They do it every single day. You never hear about it.
Even in the face of this violence, they'll be here tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after, because they're answering the call to protect and serve their communities.
We are a united city, and that we only are going to have positive thoughts in honor of our fallen angel, Officer Wagner.
Good morning, and right now we are taking a live look at the Liston Funeral Home in North Ridgeville, where a procession is set to begin in just minutes for fallen Lorain police officer Phillip Wagner.
Hundreds of police officers have lined up to take Officer Wagner's body to a memorial service at Rocket Arena. We want to thank you for joining us here for our special coverage. I'm Dave Chudowski.
And I'm Danita Harris, and Russ Mitchell is joining us this morning. It was 1 week ago, actually, Russ, today that you broke in during your newscast to report of this shooting.
That is right, and it is always great to work with you, unfortunately, under these circumstances. Yes, it is hard to believe. It has been a week ago, and this is the third police officer funeral we have covered in the past 14 months. But what people are going to see today is going to be nothing short of amazing in terms of the support that the family of Officer Wagner is going to get. The procession, as you talked about, the procession, I guess they called it an escort last week from the medical examiner's office to the funeral home, contained 350 police vehicles. Yeah. So it is going to be huge. We're going to see that today. We're going to hear from people who knew Officer Wagner. It's going to be one of those mornings, again, a very solemn morning, but something I think will be inspiring as well for a lot of folks.
The community support has definitely been touching, and we appreciate you being with us here this morning. We do have team coverage as a community. Mourns the loss of Officer Wagner. That is right, Danita. We have reporters all along the procession route from start to finish this morning, but we're going to start with Monica Robbins, who's sharing Officer Wagner's life and legacy.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I am here at the corner of East 9th and Carnegie, which will be shutting down in just 30 minutes. But there's been a lot of activity happening here. Just about 30 minutes ago, we saw law enforcement bomb squad making their way with a bomb dog, searching everywhere, making sure this area is secure. We've seen numerous SWAT vehicles making their way down, making their way under the under Rocket Arena to make their way into the area, and they are blocking the road as well, or they will be in position to block the road. And you can see Cleveland Fire will be also getting in position and putting up the American flag for all of the police cars and the hearse to drive under, as well as Officer Wagner's family. So a lot of activity happening, but again, this road will be shut down in just 30 minutes. And let me explain to you why we're all here. Take a look.
Officer Phillip Wagner, husband, father, hero, takes his final end-of-watch call surrounded by hundreds of brothers and sisters in blue, a loving family, and a community he spent his life serving and protecting. At just 35 years old, this North Ridgeville resident had already given so much to his country as a United States Marine, to his community as a police officer who didn't just wear the badge, but lived every single day by what it represented. His wife, Jessica, their 3 precious children. They'll never again hear his footsteps at the front door after a long shift. Never again feel the safety of knowing Daddy was home. But they will feel the comfort and protection of his family in uniform, and by those who understand the pain they're experiencing too well. Every officer knows the risk, but Officer Wagner was simply having lunch, just lunch, in his patrol car with Officer Peter Gale on Wednesday afternoon. 2 men doing their jobs, protecting all of us, when evil struck without warning. A gunman positioned nearby with what police describe as an arsenal of weapons opened fire in what can only be called an ambush. 3 officers wounded, 3 families forever changed. Wagner and Officer Brent Payne taken by Life Flight to Metro Health with critical injuries. Gail, wounded in the hand, was treated at Mercy Health in Lorain. Payne, released from the hospital, will recover physically, but every officer will carry the memory of Wagner for the rest of their careers. This was a man who embodied service. After his time in the Marines, he attended Lorain-County Community College, then joined Sheffield Village Police in 2018 before coming to Lorain in 2022. When he graduated from the Police Academy in 2017, he earned the Top Fitness Award, always pushing himself to be better, to do more. Just 2 days before this senseless attack, Wagner earned his SWAT pin. 2 days, a career milestone that should have been the beginning of so much more. When Wagner made his final journey, he wasn't alone. Officers from across Northeast Ohio formed an escort, a sea of flashing lights, honoring a brother who paid the ultimate price. State Representative Joe Miller already announced plans to introduce legislation to designate part of State Route 6 as the Officer Phillip Wagner Memorial Highway, a permanent reminder of a life cut far too short. Officer Phillip Wagner was more than a badge number. He was a devoted father who tucked his kids in at night, a loving husband who kissed his wife goodbye each morning, not knowing July 23rd would be the last time. A Marine who served his country, a police officer who served his community, a hero whose legacy will live on in every life he touched, every officer he inspired, and every day his family chooses to remember not how he died, but how honorably and beautifully he lived.
The final call. For Officer Phil Wagner, thank you for your service. Godspeed. Let's take it from here.
All right, we are hearing right now that the procession for Officer Wagner will start in just a few moments.
Yeah, we will be quickly pausing as we are joined by our broadcast viewers as well.